8 years old. Has opened up for Second Patty, which is a folk group. Jazz in the Park at 16 years old. Played the national anthem for the Admirals at 12. Played for the Milwaukee Bucks game in the 11th grade. Played for a U.S. president. Also now getting involved with spoken word. What's up with all the spoken word tonight? Woo-hoo! Spoken word. All right, so that was called Taste and See. Yes. Yes. Thank you. So you started playing in church.
Yes, I did.
Let's hear the story.
Well, I'm a preacher's kid, and Pastor Scott, my father. Yeah, being brought up and raised in the church all my life, and gospel has been inspiration to me. And starting off with music, I love gospel music, just with the undertone of the inspiration in a feel that you get with gospel music. And being brought up in church, I remember when I was about 12 years old, and 10, 11, 12 around that time, and I wanted to play with the praise team, play my sax and do a little improv, but I didn't really have a good ear at the time and couldn't quite fit in, so they kind of stuck me in the balcony. And just kind of told me to play soft, so no, it's not my church. But I did that for about a year, and I kind of had to learn, through the school of hard knocks, just making mistakes and different things like that. But after about a couple of years, I progressed down to the front row seat, and a couple months after that, they put me up with the praise team. So I've been in church ever since.
So you why did you get to skip starting off with clarinet?
Well, of course, we who are musicians out there know that when you start playing an instrument, especially the woodwind, they tell you that you have to play the clarinet first. So I started off in the 3rd grade, and I saw my saxophone. They told me the clarinet, so I looked at the clarinet, and I just said, there's way too many holes in that thing. And then they told me that when you're playing, you got to make sure you cover all the holes properly. I said, no, that's too much work. I want an instrument I could just press the button down and cover the holes by itself. So, but anyway, so that was kind of a large part, and I did find a teacher by the name of Kurt Henry, who took me at a young age, and a lot of people wouldn't take me. He took me when I was at the age of 8, and been going at it ever since.
So how did you start out with, because you started so young, I mean, you had all these great gigs when you were such a young kid. How did you just really went for it? Tell us about that.
Yeah, my father played a key role in that. He is a talker. My father is a talker. He could talk to anybody and start up a conversation. But no, he was really, he was my manager, he was my agent. He was the one that really kicked me off. So he told me, he said, Jeremy, you do the practicing and I'll do the networking. So I practiced, and he's making phone calls to his friends. A lot of us started off with friends at different churches that he knew, and I began to play at different banquets. I played at Casino Banquet Hall.
Is that the first gig?
That was my first. Emphysemas, yes.
Story.
Yes,
That's
yes.
a great story.
Yes, so I played at Casino Banquet Hall. Kind of a break, kind of tied me up a little bit. Played at Casino Banquet Hall. I think I was like 11 or 12, and that was my first paid gig.
When you were 12 years old?
I was making some money. I think it was like $100 for like 2 hours of playing. I was huge, Paper route, paper route, And so, I got there, and I was prepared to do the gig. I had the material, but I've never done a 2-hour gig before. But I was just this little kid, and I could do anything, and so I got in there, and I started playing, a little bit, and after about, 15 or 20 minutes, I started, to get out of breath a little bit, and, but I still had another hour and a half to go, and after about 45 minutes of playing, it got really, really bad. I didn't have no air in the tank. And so, basically, it was just air coming through the horn and no sound. So anyway, my dad always told me, he said, Jeremy, when you are in a tough situation, you gotta learn how to improvise. So I said, what can I do to kill some time and still satisfy the people that have me doing the gig. So put my saxophone down and grab the mic and start entertaining the crowd. Start talking to the crowd and
How did you tell you're 12 years old, 11 years old? What did you talk
I
about?
don't even remember. I said something. It was probably bad, but I need to kill some time.
Multiplication equation?
Exactly. You don't know how to add in here, but no, it was one of those things where I just began to move around and talk with the crowd and tell people who I was, and just to kind of, mix it in, and that really began to open up, even in that situation, which was kind of a horrible experience and world raised of one, but it really taught me as an artist that you have to learn how to be creative. You can't just be inside the box, so you have to learn how to entertain, you have to learn how to communicate and talk with the audience. So that experience with me more really has opened my eyes up to, show me what I have to do to make it happen.
Now, you also play the piano.
Yes, I do.
And you have a piece for us?
I sure do.
You want to jump on that bad boy?
All right.
Let's do it. Put your hands together some piano style.
Back on the mic, 6'7" entertainment representative, 6'7" boss, dedicating this to my family and hey whatever. My man C-Nice One, the hottest unsigned producer in the South Dakota state. One of the reasons why 605 has a voice. That's what's up. Hey whatever, hey whatever.